Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing, spectacular Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero of sight, defender of the fatherland. Off here to a 1v1 on Bayeux. In the west, it is Eisernes Kreuz, fighting for the German army, Deutschland. Rolling out here with the 2nd Panzerdivision with Scavenge, Luftwaffe ground forces, and fortifications with infantry, medical supplies, and a Cann0nball as needed is Cann0nball. Fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Here with the 1st Armored Division with Airborne Doctrine featuring Pathfinders, safety scouts, paratroopers, anti-tank guns, airdropped and P-47 with infantry. And we got Eisernes Kreuz then with Luftwaffe ground forces featuring heavy fortifications, Stuka smoke reconnaissance, Fallschirmjägers, Valiant assault, and of course Airborne assault. Double Fault Grenades versus Double Rifle started there, and as always a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters, these champions, these heroes, my own personal company of heroes. You too can join the ranks by pledging on Patreon. You can also just donate. Links are in the video description. I'll comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button. Anyway, heading southwards to both sides, we also got the smaller detachment heading northwards here for Cann0nball. Reasons they seem to defect southwards, probably expecting them to retreat as soon as the Germans open up on them. Reasonably well, sandbags in the south here, but the fuel point, Eisernes Kreuz digging in for any possible American assaults there. A rifle squad advancing up further north, and of course heading slowly towards the fuel point there. A bit interesting, and he's heading first southwards there. Normally you'd figure like try and prioritise the fuel point, but I'm guessing once the pressure Eisernes Kreuz around his own resources, perhaps hope to time down around it. We shall see. 3rd rifle going for Cann0nball. Sorry about that. Bit of a sneeze. 3rd full squad there for Eisernes Kreuz. So a bit of a standoff here already. And again, we see he's technically tied down to 4 CS. Kreuz trying to figure out how to deal with this American incursion towards his precious resources. 3rd full squad, they're almost done for Eisernes Kreuz, but so is as well for Cann0nball. Could of course try and hit the carve point there. I believe it is a carve point. A bit hard to see. Yeah, it is this. Then there's a bit of scrambling in there. Guys going to send the reactions for the carve point in the rifle squad and heavy cover. Up north, rifle squad slowly advances. 3rd one arriving here. Imagine we're seeing tech next here for Cann0nball. Like the lieutenant, but of course some players do like to go for the captain. Trotting away for Eisernes Kreuz next. Almost got the carve point there. Almost got it, and there we go. Fuel flow disrupted for Eisernes Kreuz, so it still has a northern resource because it didn't expect a single squad up there. Very good. We have some taking losses. Lewis drop step, but there you go. Robert follows him into the afterlife here. Fulton's going for this one. Got Sturmpage running on the flank here. Heavy pressure and heavy firing around the car point here. As Kreuz, of course, is desperately looking to get that things flowing there. Go Banhand going off, signaling to Cann0nball. There's an early truck here against him, like going to be in the Bayeux headquarters. Rifle squad, they taking heavy damage from both the incendiary grenade, but also crucially the Sturmpioneer of Dresden squad also coming back, leaving only Baker's squad there to hold the line. As Kreuz, German army advances there. Farther up north, you got the Volkswagen rifle squad. Rifle squad definitely have done. The Volkswagen is already heavily wounded and up close to Rifle squad easily enjoy the advantage in DPS. Right here, the Rifle squad is being slowly whelmed as Kreuz keeps tightening the noose around his infantry there. Back here, reinforcement and going on there. Lieutenant on there for Cann0nball, very much as expected. Well within predictions. And there you go, comfortable headquarters here there for Eisernes Kreuz, also very much within predictions. No big surprises there, nothing that leaves us flabbergasted and surprised. Good lord, a battle group headquarters, how novel. Sandbags up here, Sturm's got the southern point. That said, obviously it's very solid, very sensible. Flak half track is quite good, plus you get artillery if you really need it. I mean, effective artillery. Platoon command post here, Black getting upgraded as the mechanized platoon command post here. Oh, they've actually... Oh, they fixed the spelling. It used to say for quite some time command post. It actually says command post now. Just make sure they haven't added else for the yeah. They fixed it! Yeah! Rifle squad up in the spears there. Pushing back the Volkswagen there with some well-placed shots. We got 500 to 480. Small lead here for Kreuz over Cann0nball in terms of resources. Kreuz can soon start calling in Fallschirmjägers. I imagine we'll be seeing those here versus Cann0nball. I imagine we're seeing those. Folks that take man lost there. Flitz drops dead. In the south here, folks moving forward, they're quickly laying down sandbags. We've got sandbags here behind the rock. Why do they need heavy cover by the heavy cover? I do not know. But there you go. Comfortable headquarters up. Mechanized command post up first. Mechanized battle group support. We got the folks being pushed back to the route towards advancing. There you go, Fallschirmjägers available here for Eisernes Kreuz, and the second Panzer Division does go first for the flak half track, which I mean makes sense. It is a potent support vehicle there. Cann0nball meanwhile going for the 5th car there. The Mardu's ready to riddle some Krauts with some good old American lead.
HMG are available for paradrop.
Ralph Squad racing wing from north of the Ralph Squad is perhaps not in its best condition and may not be able to keep up the fight here versus Kreutz's Volksarmee for too long. Having the position here, it's going to make it a bit harder if fighting Ralph Squad from effective range is not going up. But there you go, push down to a much better position in terms of range here for Eisernes Kreuz. And that's going to push back the Ralph Squad here. So I think we should have started there. I mean, obviously there's all the issue then popping its grenades over, but yeah, you probably should just shoot rather than try to fight that. Also, I imagine we'll see an ambulance soon here for Cann0nball to provide some healing for his troops. Some of them are definitely not in great fighting condition here, and flak half track is out for Eisernes Kreuz. I imagine we also like to have a good chance of seeing some weapon actions and go for bazookas, because otherwise he will have a bit of a hard time with the flak half track unless Kreuz willingly drives into the 50 cal with armor-piercing rounds active. I mean, that could happen, but that would be a bit silly. And there you go, flak half track opening up. Fourth Ralph Squad to meet falling back, and they do not wish to dance with this machine of death. 5th cal being hauled forwards, Lieutenant out there for Cann0nball inside of his base. No response immediately here to the arrival of the flak half track. The quarter calls also go for the Stuart light tank. Is that what he's going to do here? Or what will he do? Also, of course, note this Ralph Squad is in a pretty bad position. Pretty bad position. I mean, they're just so low on health that like any engagement with Germans will just feed the Germans free experience and just cost them a lot on manpower. This is really, I think, a situation that requires an ambulance. Stuart light tank over for Cann0nball. The M5A1 Stuart light tank. Not to be confused with the M3A1 Stuart light tank, which was basically the same tank but without sloped armour. I believe some slightly differences to the engine. Storm saying northwards there. And there you go, Raketenwerfer out there. Kreuz obviously expecting some sort of vehicular counter to his flak half track. Much like the Stuarts having the Raketenwerfer ready, of course, would be handy. He could also consider a Panzerschreck to further assist, but probably won't. But he could do it. We do get one bazooka here for Cann0nball's lieutenant. There we go. Eisernes Kreuz now following up the Fallschirmjäger, trying to hammer through the hedges there, but sadly every shot gets caught up there. Mostly about the squirrels though. Ground and northern munitions. Stuart light tank out there. M5A1 Stuart. The British quite like the Stuart light tank, even calling it the Honey Stuart. They're quite happy about it. Saw quite a bit of service in North Africa. And I believe the Surds also kind of liked it. They received them, though, I believe, from the British initially, and then, of course, got them by Lend-Lease. Used them for, I believe, their reconnaissance units. But they also, I believe, quite happy with the Stuart. So, yeah, the Stuart overall was a well-liked tank. But there you go, flak half caught with the Stuart and the Lieutenant here. Quite a bit of damage there. Like to take out the flak half tail. Cann0nball won't be able to catch the Stuart fast enough. That set took a wrong turn here. I think allowing the flak half to get away there. Obviously, he might have been worried about losing the Stuart, but I think with the flak half track, that would have been, I think, worth it for Cann0nball. And the flak half track is otherwise going to make things quite miserable here for Cann0nball's infantry. Got the reasons right over the mighty Fallschirmjäger, the Green Devils as they were known. 5th guard every position here for Cann0nball for freedom and democracy. We've yet to see much if Cann0nball stocked. I mean, so no Pathfinders, but no airdrop 50 cals, no paratroopers, of course. He could airdrop an anti-tank at some point, which honestly would be a good idea, I think. Got the ambulance up, got a weapon racks on weather for Cann0nball for freedom, democracy, and there you go. Large engaging lieutenant called out in the open. The Volksarmee is making short work of Jackson and Jones. The well-placed rifle fire. At least sufficiently accurate rifle fire. Stubbing and engaging that again for Cann0nball to support, likely well. In the south, though, we get a slow approach. He could try and stick with the fuel pond ground denied to Eisernes Kreuz for a brief while. Wouldn't be a half bad idea. Stuart trying to maintain a safe distance here against Kreutz's advancing troops. As Kreuz obviously is going to look to take out the Stuart with a well-coordinated Panzerfaust Raketenwerfer combo. In the south here, almost got the munitions. Back here, flak half tech fixed. Could perhaps see techs next for Kreuz, or maybe some more Fallschirmjägers before attacking. As for Cann0nball, we got those BARs handed out.
We're losing a capture point.
Nothing further going on inside of his base. But still a bunch of bars will definitely add some punch there against Kreuz, and there you go. Second Fallschirmjäger squad. Well, it's going to be 3 Fallschirmjägers, 2 Fallschirmjägers, and a Sturmpanier squad. For a total of 6 infantry squads. Quite a bit of infantry, but if Kreuz can manage it, it can also be quite dangerous. That said, some players do struggle with maintaining 6 infantry squads, which is why I normally recommend 5 as the typical maximum of infantry you want. But you can go for 6 if you really can manage it. Caught here by the armor piercing round to actually also do a bit extra damage, so force the Fallschirmjägers away there, very good. Fallschirmjägers right in the center. That said, Kreuz has succeeded in severing the supply line here for Cann0nball and denying this fuel point. Of course, I imagine much consternation inside the White House. Mr. President, sir, we've been cut off from fuel somewhere in Europe. God damn it! I want that fuel back. That is the dream of every American, to have all of the fuel, all of the oil in the world. And God damn it, I'll sacrifice every United States citizens to achieve that. God damn, Mr. President, you're an inspiration to us all. Anyways, grab northern point. Here's to it pursuing, doing some damage. We got 2 kills on that one. Veterans you won, going for the car point, cutting off his opponent's fuel point, very good. Driving an anti-tank, very good. Kreuz there with the tech. The schwerer panzer quarters on the way. The first the schwerer Wehrmacht Schlepper, then into the schwerer panzer quarters. Ground the southern field with the 5th gal there. Nice maneuver on both sides though. Rifle squad catch the Volksgrenadiers, but at the same time behind heavy cover. The rifle squads are going to have a hard time pushing against those Volksgrenadiers. Stewart sitting out there. Good shot there. Rifle squad moving forward to the Cann0nball. 50 cal entertaining their ready. That is definitely a bit bigger than a 50 cal. That is definitely a bit bigger. Volks taking hits. Volks being snapped at the sword light tank. Stood arms up, gets a good hit.
A capture point is under attack.
Almost got them routed, going for northern fuel. We'll have to see if he takes up for some majors soon, but there you go. Against up the Schwerer Panzerhauptquartier. Big push in the center. We get both Falcons report casting Lieutenant here in a bad spot. We do have grenade fire from Cann0nball. Thumbs up. Definitely adds some more punch there against infantry. But of course, if Kreuz stays out of their range, that should be working out fairly. But there you go, heading for the southern punch. There you go, 5th gal turns around there. Could even pop the armor piercing round. We've got Sturmpanier around on the flank, backed up at the Volksgrenadier squad. There he goes, both suppressed. That's going to have to be retreat now. And he's got to hope that Kreuz doesn't like land a 50 of the boundary retreat. He's going to do exactly that. So that's it, bit of whiff. That's it, they get unsuppressed alongside the flak half tack. That's going to be Cann0nball's 5th gal there. It was a bold gambit, but one that ultimately backfired on him. Like a really bad TikTok prank. Stuart then getting the flak half track, grabbing the 5th gal with the Volksgrenadiers, very good. It could of course try with the Fallschirmjägers, but the problem is that been really expensive to reinforce in the long run. Also looks like it's going to try and set up for ambush here, just keeping them at hold fast so they can like, allow the Americans to creep up on into the effective range and then just hose them. Schwer punted quarters they're reinforcing. Setting up, not reinforcing. That's nonsense. Stuart there catching the Fallschirmjägers. They did manage to ambush there properly. Rifle squad getting absolutely hosed. Got the entertainment moving up here though for Cann0nball for freedom, democracy. Fallschirmjägers routed. Seeing the 5th anti-tank, and there up north, you got the rest from further northwards there for Cann0nball for the 1st Armoured Division. Interesting enough, we still haven't seen any paratroopers from Cann0nball though. I mean, we've seen one anti-tank gun dropped in, and that's about it. Got the anti-tank crew in fact there, can I trick them into support, grab that back. Reinforcement healing. Do have tech as well there for Cann0nball, very good, thumbs up. That is up, and it's getting authorized. Kreuz, I think, clearly, in the running there for getting out of tank faster here than his opponent. Unless Cann0nball suddenly managed to just cut off Kreuz very consistent from all his fuel for long enough. But at this stage, that seems somewhat unlikely. But, never say never. Sandbags here, came off in their Eisernes Kreuz. Up north, their point being seized. Clearly, Kreuz is taking the threat of enemy armor seriously enough to go find another Cann0nball. Tag almost done. Flak half take half later if need to. Up north of the region grabbing northern munitions. Bit of skirmishing there. Got a loss there for
There's a major reporting for
Able Squad there as Lewis went dead. Sturmpioneer could consider laying down some mines, but I guess he's not keen on that. We got both fighting forces now fully upgraded with the FT-42s. They basically found the other somewhere. Stood holding back there. We got Parrot was running here for Cann0nball. But obviously goes for light machine guns. Thompsons, personally, I prefer the Thompsons, but the light machine guns are obviously also quite good. In a sense, it's also safer, but you know, the Thompsons I feel like just have more DPS once you get them close enough, plus the tactical assault ability is absolute pure gravy. Bit of skirmishing there. In the south side advancing from the Volksgrenadiers. There go paratroops out. Guessing it will be the light machines there for Cann0nball. In the south he folks with the rifle squad. The BAR's levelling a lot of fire against the Volksgrenadiers. Heinrich drops dead. Salamander getting himself wedged beneath the sandbags in the process. And go thankfully the hedges there. The stood light tank doing a lot of damage. He does manage to reach the east level, but he could also reach, I don't know, a certain circle of hell if it's not careful. Fifth guy there supporting the folks in the south, but they need to retreat. They're very low on health there. And one mistake here by Eisernes. Kreuz could result in their loss. We got 461 to 388. Kreuz still has the lead, however Cann0nball still has the lead. So closing on that Sherman, but Kreuz is even closer to the Panzerkampfwagenführung. And Cann0nball here goes for the Scot. No, he cancels that. I think that was sensible. Like, that's not to say the Scot is bad. It isn't. Although they did nerf it a bit, thankfully. But, you know, shouldn't be like your first call in there, that's for sure. Smoke reconnaissance there, mostly I think for reconnaissance, less for smoke. And we do in fact get the light machines of the paratroopers, giving some more long to mid-range firepower there for his paratroopers. Kreuz with the Panzerkampfwagen 4 as Führung. We got the Volksgrenadiers here versus the rifle squad. Also the flak half track as they walk into the arc of fire. Grab Northern points here, very good. Studying south for Cann0nball. Panther 4 halfway done here. Cann0nball can soon go for Sherman. Of course, he might be tempted to go for Jackson now instead. Panther 4 very close. Well, he could try and put more pressure on the side, seeing hit his opponent from there. Or he could try and like go for deeper flank for the east and the south. There we go, Sherman away for Cann0nball for the 1st Armoured Division. Panzerkampfwagen 4 almost done there for Eisernes Kreuz, and for Deutschland. Fallschirmjäger here ready to receive any American advance head on with a volley of fire that's going to leave them, if not quite dead, then quite traumatized. It's being met, there we go, Panther 4 here for Eisernes Kreuz. Penalty machine on the way there. Stood holding up in the south, shown almost down there for Cann0nball. More forces being diverted towards the north here. But we got the Panther being sent to south. Right into the anti-tank gun now. It keeps up that maneuver there. Should of course upgrade with the pinlock machine in my opinion. Always a good upgrade. Always a good upgrade. North, you can see the folks being met with a lot of resistance. We've got the Stuart in as well there. And there you go, Valiant Soldier. He's going to push forward. There you go. Pushing for the centre of the fight. Makes the Sturmpioneer Panther going for the southern path here, back on the flag half deck. It's a mass manoeuvre here, and it completely catches Cann0nball off guard. He was not expecting this at all. His force been divided. Does get a wipe on the Sturmpioneer, but the Major is down. Troops going to have to retreat past the Fightmakers. Panther about to get knocked out. The kitten falling up here. Sherman arrives here. We're seeing heavy damage being inflicted here on Cann0nball and on Eisernes Kreuz. It was an absolute blitz here. The Panther 4 is down. They did not expect the anti-tank, of course, did a ton of damage. Stuart there following weight, but the infantry is being bled dry. The anti-tank has been cleared out. The flag half tank is down. McKenna's up in the Sherman, which is down to half health here. It is complete chaos here. Good Lord. Eisernes Kreuz went all in for that Eisernes Kreuz. Gott im Himmel. I suppose he had that neck itch, as they said, I believe. A sore throat. That was an absolute daredevil push. I like that. Obviously would have been better, I think, coordinate with some Stuka smoke reconnaissance, better scout his opponent's position, but also lay down smoke to further frustrate like anything. But still, like, he pushed through, then he completely threw off Cann0nball. In the end, he traded. Yeah, he didn't even trade the tank for the tank there. So it ended up being a bit costly, I think, in some ways for Eisernes Kreuz, but psychologically might have had an impact there on Cann0nball, but still not fully great. But I like the idea and I certainly like the spirit behind. Like, there was definitely something good there, just needed a bit more work. I think maybe Enlightened if you're going to provide support, there's would have been very good here. But still, overall, thumbs up. Good planning there. Execution was a bit meh. But you got to start somewhere. Another anti-tank away there, and you also did destroy the anti-tankers. It obviously wasn't like complete, like, whiff, but could have been better, but could also have been a lot worse. At least he made the attempt. Here's something southwards there. Tough reinforcing there. Need to hit northwards. I think those Falcons may hit some of the troops there. Dug in. Cann0nball, of course, need to push further and aggressively against his opponents. I think that might have been mistaken by Cann0nball. Like, he'd effectively forced Eisernes Kreuz to retreat and with most of his force, but he wasn't then quick enough to like exploit to push for the fuel, for example. So a bit of an oversight here, but Cann0nball may not matter, but it could also prove to be crucial as it allows Kreuz to just get enough resources to like stage a comeback. Then almost got the center victory point there. Valve squadron gaining here on the open. Grenade off. Almost getting a wipe there. Thumbs up. Really good shot, but there you go. A throw. Straight up 100 quarters around the rifle squad there with some well placed 30mm flak shots, and there you go. Fallschirmjäger quickly pushing back the rifle squad. No mercy shown to those for downtown Lincoln. Kidnappers, we got a total of 3 of them. In fact, 5 Kreuz plus the 5th cal there, making it so the advanced champ engaged here. Lots of rockets flying straight at it. Down to half health in a matter of seconds. Falcons taking heavy losses, probably prepared for reinforcement and healing already. Another kidnapper from Eisernes Kreuz. Got him. I feel like that's a bit excessive. That seems a bit excessive. We've got the squad away for Cann0nball. Fallschirmjägers there holding on. But you're full of kidnappers. I mean, obviously can really knock out tanks, but at the same time it's super vulnerable to like infantry pushes and artillery. So like it's the sort of thing that can also just end up giving his opponent a lot of anti-tank weapons, which would be, well, fairly bad for Eisernes Kreuz, though great for Cann0nball if like suddenly he gets a lot of German anti-tank guns to use against his opponent. Grab the center. Cann0nball out there for Eisernes Kreuz. Big push of the Falcons towards the north here. Could try having another van assault to make the push there. There we go. M8A1 Scott out there for Cann0nball, based off the Stuart chassis. South here we got the Falcons and paratroopers, got the 5th car backing up here. Blend cover grenade as well there, very nice. Grenade though attempted, but whiffed. Close one there though for Eisernes Kreuz. Close one. German good to go. Scott moving forwards. Bombarding here and there. Go full moving straight into it. Could also see a grenade perhaps at it. He's not moving in time. There go grenade as well. Oh! Got him! Himmel! Oh! God! That's a full 2 squads wipe. Punishing Eisernes Kreuz for a rather bad mistake. I mean, he's only moving to like the line of fire of the Scott and then the grenade. Like, I think there's too much going on for Eisernes Kreuz. And now that means, again, there's going to be less to screen those for Cann0nball. They're again very likely to end up in the hands of Cann0nball. So, not great there for Eisernes Kreuz. Not great. Gott im Himmel. That's a lot of dead Germans. That's going to come down to the Fallschirmjägers, what armor he gets. Ralph's coming about here, Sherman's got on the way, and again, not trying to further exploit any openings here versus Kreuz. Cann0nball just holds back. I feel like he's a bit too passive here versus Eisernes Kreuz. A lot of us understand wanting to get too greedy, make mistakes and cross tuners, but at the same time, there's also being too passive as well. Sherman taking fire from Cann0nball, Scott flying away there, more moving up. I think he's just trying to hope to alpha strike with just one volley from the Cann0nball. It's a very ambitious tactic, but also one that can easily again backfire on him, and then get caught in a bad spot, just wiped. Because again, then there's a good chance his opponent's going to have all this with Cann0nball, in which case it's going to be his Panzer that risk getting alpha striked. The other Panzer 4 there for Eisernes Kreuz, sehr good. And the south flank being set up by Cann0nball, thumbs up there. Got been caught up with the Ralph squad for the Eisernes. In the south here, troops moving forward there for Cann0nball. Prepared for the Fallschirmjäger, got the center victory point. Troops moving forwards, Kim's holding back. Panther almost done for Eisernes Kreuz. Troops enforcing healing. Captain Lieutenant Heat Jackson late for Cann0nball. Bit of a curious choice considering how many of the Cannon of his opponents has. Like, is he not aware that his opponents got like a ton of the Cannon-Meffers? Like, he really should be going for like more Scots, Shermans, artillery of some sort. He definitely should not be going for a tank destroyer. Not against all those Cannon-Meffers. That seems like practically begging it to get knocked out by them while doing absolutely bugger all. Captain, I'm reporting the Germans have a lot of anti-tank guns. Excellent. Send in the tank destroyers. What? Tank destroyers? Yeah. Are you alright in the head? Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. Anyways, Panther going for the rifle squad there. Pushing up with the pinlight machine gun. I'm really ambitious, but now Cann0nball seems to be playing into it with the tank destroyer, so it could work out for Kreuz, but it could also backfire on him monumentally. Like, make no mistake, it could backfire on him in a monumental way, but it could also just absolutely pave his way to victory now that Cann0nball, for whatever reason, is going for tank destroyers. Sturm Pilot Squad first place, one lost there. Very good. Definitely getting some replacement troops. That's a very good idea, in particular to repair his tank, which he otherwise has no way of repairing at the moment. Putting caught here by the Lieutenant Eisernes, the paratroopers, the rifle squad. Jackson at Reg 1, the folks need to retreat before they get absolutely demolished. North here got the Falcon-Makers backing up the Panther 4, but the Falcon-Makers taking too much damage, and there goes German ramming. Shot whiffs. Lucky there for the Falcon-Makers and the Panther 4. Slowly approaching the south here. Cann0nball threatening Eisernes Kreuz on the flank. The other cantering about here, opening up the sham through the hedges. Almost got it, but can't quite finish it off here. Again, he can't push through the other because he lacks the infantry. Falcon-Makers screaming forwards there. Betty 2, 4 kills. Troops enforcing healing. Jackson holding back. What's he expecting with that, Jackson? Like, what is he thinking? Like, what is the thought process here by Cann0nball? I do not know. And I'm not entirely sure increasing as time goes on. I want to know, but that's another story. As for Kreuz, nothing further going on there. We got Fium 34 versus Fium 37. Small lead here for Cann0nball versus Eisernes Kreuz. Small lead. Well, it's got holding out. Being caught here by the centre victory point. Scott flying away there. Great shot. Kills Friedrich. Dietrich joins next in. Need to retreat that squad forward, gets annihilated. Might even be too late now. Nope. Got lucky there. Got lucky. More pressure for the south. Is he laying down barbed wire? Yes, indeed. Looks like he's trying to at least. Kreuz real on the back footy versus Cann0nball. Again, Cann0nball's not really looking to like extend his advantage either, though he's got all 3 victory points now, so Kreuz is going to need to do something eventually. Heading where Cann0nball for some southwards. Falcon-Makers moving it first. Got the paratroop at the ready though. And we got the Alpha Strike platoon then moving forwards. Fifth gun marching in. Falcon-Makers slow scanning ahead. Panther 4 setting in as well. There you go, round squad caught with the 5th gun. The 2 Falcon-Makers squads immediately sent packing. Panther rushing in. Going up behind where the Jackson is. And we got air support calling in guys in the Kreuz. Quick combat blitz. Good hit. Catching the Falcon-Makers, got abandoning it off. Could see a wipe here. Oh, almost got it, almost got it. Panther 4 though, narrowly avoids the assault. There we go. Got the paratroop squad. He isn't protecting each other. Got the Cannon forward. Going to try and take out the Jackson. And got it. That Jackson ended up being just a massive waste of resources here for Cann0nball in the end. And there you go. Reasonably wiped as well here. Great kill there by Cann0nball. Definitely catching Cann0nball off guard. Eisernes Kreuz, not bad Cann0nball, but he was catching Cann0nball off guard here with some slightly unorthodox tactics. I mean, you rarely see an overcomers playing more spam just that many like Canada. There used to be some pitches where they did that. Up north, you got the Scott firing away there. One kill close to veterans, he won. Trying to take out the Schwer particles with that, though, is a bit ambitious. That's going to take some time to do. I mean, it's doable, but it's going to take quite some time. And Cann0nball, in response to losing his Jackson to all those tank academy efforts, is going for another Jackson. That is, I'm not entirely sure what to describe that one. Got the Alpha Strike between them and Forge going for that Sherman, almost got it. Well, almost and almost. Like if the rockets had hit, they'd almost gotten it. Thankfully for Eisernes Kreuz, or for Cann0nball, I mean they mostly whiffed. For Kreuz though, that's less fortunate. We got 229 with 337. Jackson number 2 almost down there for Cann0nball for freedom and democracy. Fifth gal up in the south.
Tank destroyer is ready for orders. Armor ready.
There we go. M36 Jackson tank destroyer. Panther moving forwards. Kreuz really find himself on the far from the Panther 4. Got the anti-unit on the Panther 4 there. Shot with though. But so the Panther 4 shots. Jackson finally arriving there. Panther 4s keep firing. There we go. Getting a few kills there. Taking out 1/3 of the squad. Small win there for Kreuz, and there goes Scott gaining veterans 1 there. 1 kill to his name though. We got 224 with 337. There you go, Ralph Scott being caught up by the Falcon Mangas, unleashing a torrent of lead there from the 242s. Sherman to the rescue here and there. Go landing a great hit. No 50 cal to add to it, by the way. Meanwhile, the Falcon keep pushing it, going for the anti-tank gun. We got Scott, they almost wiping out the entire unit of the Falcon to make a sword to leave him definitely. Oh god, he just got him blown up by his own grenade, I think. He got the Sherman though with the Alpha Strike platoon. Again, Cann0nball is clearly struggling with this, partly I think because he likes assaulting to quickly clear it out and because he just keeps forgetting about it. That said, he did get another unit wiped. I mean, Kreuz then has suffered some intense infantry wipes. Then definitely needs to work a bit on his infantry preservation, particularly if you're trying to avoid blowing up his own men with his own damn grenades. That's definitely, I think, some advice that they might want to be taken to heart there. There we go. Alpha Strike platoon knocks out the Scott. He's going to need more infantry and 50 cals, I think, to have a better chance against this. I mean, it's definitely a bit of a cheesy strategy here by Kreuz, though. But it works. And I think part again is just you so rarely see it, so you don't really have like much time to think about what to do when you actually see it. Panther 4s, they're firing away. Enforcing healing in the base once more, then sending out again. We get 208 versus 337. Folks going to be sending out. Nice implementing and then the Panther 4. Academy's southwards. Panther 4's also being about in the same area. Are they planning to attack Cann0nball's bases? There's something else going on here. Got the forces of Ralph Squad and the Paratroopers in the center, taking heavy damage already. Falcon Squad is actually full supporting. Orbs are now Eisernes Squad's neck. They're flanking the troops of the Panther 4, landing a great hit. We got 5 kills on it now. Need to fall back with those troops before they get wiped. If Cann0nball were to suffer a wipe right now, I think they'll put him in a pretty bad to recover from position. There you go. Great hit on the Panther 4 there with the Jackson, the anti-tank guns. Sort of. Grenade off here. Lieutenant sadly whiffs on. The Falcon is pretty much dodged it, pushing forwards here into the Father Ralph Squad nearby. 32 kills. Almost ace level those Falcon Mega. Excellent. Picks up the Panther 4s. And we got the Alpha Strike platoon once more ready to try and knock out any American tanks in one go. Panzer IV they've fixed up in a few moments. Got another anti-tank in here from Cann0nball. They also want to consider some artillery like mortars and pack-outs, maybe it's like try and disrupt what the kidnappers are doing, if you can spot them. That or maybe just more paratroopers, but this time with the Thompsons, they should be able to clear up the kidnappers fast. Up north here, Stuart, they're being pursued, and there you go, Alpha Strike Platoon arriving. Stuart already getting out of there, but has suffered one hit at least. Big push here, catching the kidnappers. Quick retreat there from the kidnapper blob. But there you go, one caught in a bad spot. Looks like he, struggled to maintain that. And accidentally misclicked there. Good kill for Cann0nball. That's at least one recovery now in the hands of Cann0nball and the Americans. 192 is the 324. He's also gone for a lot of anti-tank, but he's got like 3 of them. So both sides are effectively spamming anti-tank guns. So now we got the Pentafors raiding the base here. Going for the ambulance, knocked it out there. The brutal move there by Eisernes Kreuz. They definitely think caught Cann0nball a bit unawares. A bit of bombardment of the base there. Nothing significant though. But sends a message. Deutschland was here. And there you go. Large Court push back alongside the pad with the 2 Panther 4s. Jackson arrives. Got the antenna dumping and the Panther 4 doing heavy damage. So 1 down to half health already. Close one there. Almost got one. The Panther 4. That shot not missed. Boom. That Panther 4 would have been down. More Sturm Pioneer here. Eisernes Kreuz has lost another Sturm Pioneer squad. You got 192 versus 308. Cann0nball pushing forward once more for Deutschland. Upton almost got the anti-tank, and there you go. Crew goes down. 5th Gulf setting up here. We got 4 kills on them, halfway to 22. Could try and head for the southern victory point and deny that to Kreuz and try and bleed him out further. There we go. Still going for northern flank. Papa catching the Oberstein squad, almost robbing that there. We got 22 kills, and that's still light tank. Thumbs up to Cann0nball. Smoke's been found here, sliced by Lieutenant. Hey Lieutenant, I found this smoke grenade. Maybe we should try and use it to obfuscate the Germans' line of fire. God damn it, Private. That's the best idea I've heard in years. Caught by the Panther right alongside the Schwer Panther quarters, finally pushing southwards here. Watch Grand Center. Yeah, he's definitely focusing on the bleed strategy now here versus Kreuz. Catching the kidnapper here, could wipe that. Almost ace one, that'd be great there for Cann0nball. Doesn't quite succeed though. Got the anti-tank guns there lined up. Fine little row. Had to recruit that one by the way. 5th Gulf pushing back the troops. Falcons got the raft forward up north. And down they go. A bleed lost there for Cann0nball. Falcons managed to keep trying to get out the point despite taking intense fire. Not even say a blend cover, like 41 kills. Thumbs up. 42. So 192 versus 292, 100 point difference. Well, less than 100 point difference now. Troops reinforcing healing here for Eisernes Kreuz, fixing up the Panther 4s.
Send your orders. All right, you guys.
Anti-tank holding back here for Cann0nball. Bit of quiet here between Kreuz and Cann0nball. Bit of quiet. The Kreuz is starting to move again. Alpha Strike Platoon there sends one like Academy for steadily advancing.
The enemy is overrunning one of our
And for northern point, grab the centre with the Americans and the southern one. Panther moving forward, backing up the Fultz Grenadiers. Good kill there. Got the anti-tanks up the Panther Force, shot the whiffs, shot whiffs. Second shot whiffs as well. Third one whiffs as well. Good golly. That's a lot of whiff shots. Calling in Pathfinders now. I wonder what the cause for that is. Moving forwards. Oh, that's pretty clever, by the way. Thumbs up to Cann0nball doing something most American players never do. He actually switched out the cruiser to get his Jackson to like higher levels of efficiency faster. Pretty clever maneuver there. So it's almost ace level already. Almost got the Panther on the south there. Almost got it. shot missed though. No,
Vehicle just
narrow.
got destroyed.
Your 192 was 270. It seems like Cann0nball sort of stalled out here versus his opponent. He's starting to run out of infantry. Seems to also be running out of solutions here to what Kreuz is doing. Ace fights making striking there. Perich was quickly falling back. Screaming Eagle snow match for the Green Devils. Got a bar left behind in the dirt there, but no one to pick it up. Jackson North's going straight into the Alpha Strike team there. Almost got it, and I think that Veteran Form's going to be able to finish it off. Nope, gets away there. Close call, but they're going tanks rushing 40 into the fight makers. No, the orbs on actually 50 go there. Heavy damage being inflicted into Syncruise there. Down one goes, second also down there. Can run left behind. There you go. Cann0nball surrenders. A loss for freedom and democracy. A victory for Deutschland. There you go. Nasty fight here on Bayeux with some interesting tactics and strategies. And then there, I think Cann0nball at times was a bit too passive. Also showed to react there to Kreuz's Academy for spam strategy. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I'll learn something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on the channel, friends, channel, family, but don't channel enemies. This is Imperial Links. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope you all tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.